Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna explain how this 0.55 4x4 works, which is decently small. Now, I will also make a build along. Basically I will build the door. I will also show you how it works while in the process of that. For the door, it is 4 wide with 2 blocks of space on each side, and the way being center and everything, and 2 blocks in the front and 1 in the back. So just keep in mind, if you want your hallway here entrance not to be as small as possible, like this, that you do with the door facing to the back. It works and stuff, yeah. And I actually managed to mess up the materials. Now, really quickly, so that you can look at the materials, we need 64 for the hallway. That's white concrete. It's just, you can use any block for that as long as it's solid, and maybe not TNT or redstone blocks. If you use that, fuck you. If you're in a color code, just use those quantities of blocks, but you can also just use 39 solid blocks as well as 12 transparent blocks. Color coding can be like this, but doesn't have to. And for the components, you will need 42 pistons, 42 sticky pistons, 6 normal pistons, 50 redstone dust, 6 unit blocks of redstone, 10 observers, 4 targets, 4 redstone lamps, and 4 redstone repeaters, as well as like some of the unconventional stuff. Or like, I guess they are not unconventional, but I don't care. 2 comparators, 2 barrels, 2 hoppers, 2 not blocks, and 2 junk items. They can be whatever, literally whatever. Just 2 items that are going to need to go into the barrels. Yeah. So quickly before I'm gonna do the door, I'll just show you the door. It's quite decent. I made it by myself, and as I said, it's 0.55 opening. So let's try and let's start with the building. Now let's start with the layout, which is just 2 pistons on the bottom, like side like this, with 2 double piston extender and 2 single pistons in the middle. I'll go out on this side, 2 blocks, place 1 single and 1 double, and just merge at the top. Then here the same as on the bottom, double piston extender in the middle, and 2 singles in here. I just place those for the ease of placing them. And same here, 2 doubles in the middle, 2 singles on the edges. This may seem as a weird layout, but let me explain how it works. Now in closing, we'll pour this, and this, and roll this for each quarter. And now I will just quickly simulate some of the new movable blocks. Those will be like the other blocks in the door, but I can't really demonstrate that, so yeah, because we're gonna power this position and this position, and that is all of opening, all of closing. Then opening is basically we unpower this, and this immediately fires, and immediately unpower this and this. So this happens within a single game tick. If you look at this door, you can see that that happens basically instantly. I can better show like a better thing. I'm gonna show a better thing on how this looks right now. Can't show the slow-mos. I'm on the server right now. That's very smart. Yes, I don't know. It is not. I'm just dumb. But that's the basic gist of how this works. And well, the rest is just extensions and stuff. So and something I forgot to mention, you also need a lever to activate this door, obviously. Now, to start wiring, let's place 4 blocks right here. And just put redstones on top of all of those. Then put 2 targets in the middle. Yes, there have to be targets there. We can't put a block with like dust or a repeater right here. Like, I mean, dust would not work because they would redirect itself. Repeaters would not work because, well, the blocks under them will get moved. So yeah. Now on the edges of those you can just place transparent blocks. And those are needed because there are pistons here that should not get powered from this line. In fact, they should get powered from here. Which is smart. Well, we have a piston here with a redstone block on its face and this, which will get retracted and stuff, and now you see why we can't have like a repeater here. That would break. So let's put those targets there. Before that, can place another redstone block right here, piston right here, with a redstone block right here. And is that done? If we look at this, now this pushes those up within the lane. This may seem weird. Why do we have that later? That's because we have this and this here, those 2 blocks on each side, which immediately fire those, which then has the perfect timing to get this. So sequence is we fire for closing this, like I showed before. I did not do a good job of explaining that, but yeah, that should be the obvious part. And this is thing. Now let's work on the retraction part, I guess. Or before that, let's do the bottom thing first. Makes the most sense. Now we can go another block over here, and then we need to go up one with green. Now what we now need to do is to pre-power what I meant the position here, so that like we can zero tick this somehow. Well, like it's a zero tick, but like it's not really a zero tick. It's like more, this door uses basically no zero ticks. It's more of a bad door. It uses block event delay. Anyways, we can power this piston through this block, and I've just left it here. It's not necessary, but just so you know, this is getting powered from there. And like, yeah, and we also like for now just place like the 2 hoppers, I guess, right here, because it looks like a weird face. Anyways, if we're gonna power those now, they would push up and like they will get blocked by like the piston heads. But yeah, just so now go up 1 block. and put a piston right here and a sticky piston here with a normal piston on its face and a redstone block with another piston with a redstone block. Now that, if we look at this side, already creates a zero tick, and that is something that, like, when you know and understand it, it's quite easy. But it's not that easy when you don't really know what's going on. So let me build it again and explain while building it what the hell is actually going on. So those two lines, when you have like a line of pistons like this, you can see they don't activate at the same time, but they deactivate at the same time. And that's basically what we use. the difference between the deactivation. But every piston that like extends and retracts adds one block event delay. And block event delay is basically what allows us to have like pistons move like this. That this one retracts and this one in the same name tick. I have like basically pistons moving through each other. It's, yeah. And to make that reliably work and not locational, we need 3 block event delay bad between each retraction, which means, well, how do we get those? The first one, like this piston here, gets powered and gets updated from this piston, which, for example, the node block in this case would not give any block event delay, so we can't actually use a node block here, because with the node block and the piston here, this would only add 2 block event delay and would not be reliable. But we want it to be reliable, so we add our piston here, and now we have 3 block event delay, and it works. Now let's just try, and it does work. Now for the retraction for here, well, I usually just YOLO something that works somehow, and in this case it's a redstone lamp under this block here with the blue block in front, and an server facing to this. This is what the retraction does. It's probably not fast as possible, but it works for me. Yeah, it's basically 2, it's like the deactivates and 3 tick if I'm right. I try to, yeah, it's a bit, I'm bad at counting ticks. Now, the bottom is done. And let's do the top and then we do the middle. So for now, either you're just not gonna activate it, but I'm gonna block off all of this for now. So I wanna show top like when I work on it. For top we need the red glass and blocks again. Just put dust on top of the green blocks. And this one actually, does not seem to be a needed to be a transparent block, but it actually is needed, not because like of any up-down traveling stuff. That would be dealt with for the other one already, but because we'll have something here later that we don't want to get powered from there. Yeah, basically use 2 glass, redstone glass, but like 2 transparent blocks to go up like this, and 2 dust to go up here. And let's just replicate it really quick on the other side. And boom. And that's basically how we get the signal up. And now we go up here with 3 blocks. Well, if you're in the wiring stuff, you know that that's not gonna work out. We have only 4 orange blocks. Wiring. And that's because one of them is getting replaced later. Basically, if you really like only have 2 blocks available, just remove this. Only place those 2. But if like, I assume you have like at least 1 spare block, put it there. Yeah, and then put like dust right here. Now we're gonna put a node block right here, a target right here, with a piston, a sticky piston with a redstone block in front, and stuff like this right here. another piston, and this is basically the same delay that we have down here to extend those pistons with. Can I fly through? No, I can't. I need to fly all the way for fucking rod. With this piston thing right here, that's what we replicate here. And what we can do is we can just, I guess, like, in theory, you could just like have a block right here and dust right here and stuff. We can't really have that. We need like a transparent thing at least. And for later, you can just place the hopper, I guess. Cut this off and put a block right here. Now, if it only was like that hopper, we could also just place a triple rock right here. But again, we're gonna read that signal out later with an observer, so this needs to be a hopper. But that does that. Now, let's just replicate it to the other side. We go up, one right here, 3 over, one up. No, block right here and target right here. With dust on top of this and block right here. Like that. That is the trick. Now let's create a zero tick here, which actually is quite easy. But, which is like the free bed, if you remember. Power this and this with free bed. Another way I do this actually is I do not have separate stuff. Because like down below here, I have a separate zero tick thing for here and here, just because like going around here is not very above the pain. But on top we actually can't do that. Have like one separate for each side, so we have like this side. Completely take care of the zero tick generation for, or like the bad generation for those two. By having another piston here with a redstone lock, and then another piston here with a redstone lock. And then this is why we only have one redstone to dust concrete. So that's the output for this, and just put this right here. And those 3 pistons that are getting extended are the ones that create free bed. Now this obviously does not reject all the way. Still need to do that, and for this we can actually just use an observer right here and right here. And now it's also time that we can remove those. Yep, that's that part. Now the hardest part. To power those. First thing, when you want to power those pistons, but we only want to power them with like a 2-tick delay, which we can quite easily do from here. Like this. That's a 2-tick delay. Problem, 2 ticks of delay are not enough. We now need to update those. And that's where something right here comes in. To update those, we will have piston right here, and that's why we can't have this be a glass. That looks at this lamp. That gets powered by this lamp, sending an update to those observers. Like that. I don't know. Maybe you can use something else, but like I made the story yesterday and was a bit sleepy. And that's the best solution I came up with. Now, to get the bed to work, I'm just gonna pour this block right here with a dust sitting on this, because we don't want this to like keep powering this block, because it would bud and like you see right here, those get permanently powered. And in this case, if we power this with like a regular block, this one would get budded and not retract, or like would retract like at the visually same time but with 6 bed instead of 0, meaning that this retraction would fail, blah blah blah. We need this to be a transparent block. And you can just go down to glass diagonally. Oh, by the way, before we do that, let's quickly put in the thing for the back pistons to power also over here. 2 ticks. For piston right here, looking with a redstone lamp and 2 observers. You can activate it now, but we really do not. So let's create a bed. Now we would need 6 bed from the input line, and that's hard to do. In fact, in my earlier ones I did that, and that was a fucking pain in the ass. So I had the genius idea. I don't know, it isn't even that genius, I just don't know. Oh, I missed that idea the last time. To get the bed from here, because from here that already has 3 beds, so I only need 3 more bed for those to retract reliably, and also the other ones. So first of all, let's just place the roof in, like in here on this side, and red blocks, because like they're the kind of input line, as well as they're the input line as well as some other stuff. And like the singles on top and bottom. Yeah. Anyways, now we need to from here create a bed, and I do that with a block right here, and yes, a normal block on its face, and that makes no sense. More like that doesn't power anything, but that's where the comparator comes in. That's actually not something. That's something that's quite often used with like this, and a barrel being right here. Just put one of the junk items in here, and boom, you have yourself not a regular block right here, but a redstone block right here, but has basically the same properties. And that can then go to this block, this piston redstone block, and that would only add 2 beds. So to update this part, we add this. This is the bed retraction, so let's add that on the other side. Piston with our glass block, and get it away. Comparator right here with a barrel. The other junk item, and a block right here with a redstone block on its face, and a regular block, a regular piston as an updater. Like this. And I'm only now realizing that the bottom blocks are actually not needed, I guess. I don't know, I'm dumb. If we do this now and replace all the blocks correctly, you can also like put those in a fair, just feel like that looks a little bit cleaner. Just need to retract those at the right time, and that's quite easy, even though it does not seem we have a lot of space. We have enough space for that. Just gonna place a block right here on 3 ticks, then observer on detecting that. Let's quickly put this onto the other side. And that works. There's a fun fact about the tutorial. This node block being some, like originally this node block was right here. And that is actually locational. I want to show you some really funny thing, because this, I know that it works in, it happens in this location. Didn't it happen in here? No, a little funny story about this door. If we just remove this node block from right here and place it right here, now look at the animation. Now this will not happen in everything, because this is locational. Let me explain. This door like this is not input block, meaning this works also if you give it a repeater input. Now this one now does not work with a repeater input. And explaining why this happens is like what exactly causes the difference between this working and this not. Well, that's beyond the scope of this video. But it's basically because this node block here is locational now. Gets powered from here and from here, from 2 blocks. Now that may not make a huge difference at first, but we want to power this piston right here. And if we power it from here first, well then this observer does not send an update to this when it, well, like it updates and then this does powers and then this activates. And though you might think that it would update from its origin, that's not how Redstone works. This could update or this could update first. And if that updates first, the door works completely fine. Like on the other side, if I do the exact same modification, you will see that still fully works. There's no dumb animation. And does not break on the non-repeat input. But here, this block, or like this does pause this block first. Making that this updates before this does powers, meaning this one does not get buttered in the right time if you look. Look at, I might just color those red, those two, they're not moving at the same time. And through that consequences don't end up in the same place. Now they should end up in the same place, but this one gets power too late, and that's why that happens. Yeah. Long story short, Redstone can be really dumb. And if you don't want that to happen, just replace it right here, because now it can get only powered from this block, which is also the block which powers about that piston. And it works fully. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you like this tutorial, leave a like and, well, write down in the comments what tutorials I could do.